Welcome back to another vlog episode of Hobby Time in the Murder Basement. My name is Heath, and today we're going to talk about what it's like being a small business owner through the COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak. Last week, I posted on the 18th, I believe, that we had to close our store, of which I still think was the right decision. In the subsequent week, it has been really difficult to not have my daily routine. I know that that is a little selfish, but I have grown quite accustomed to working. To give you a little bit of background, last year my business partner went off on a year-long trip where he went and he visited all 419 national parks in an entire year. It was an incredible journey for him, and I'm so happy that we were able to give him the space necessary to do a trip like that. I mean, really, just an incredible story. But it also meant that I didn't get any time off last year, and really my wife and I, we sometimes suck at plans, as I'm sure a lot of married couples get. We expect everybody, the other person, to be thinking about the other person, and then we just kind of miss, like two ships in the night. We kind of miss the mark, and we didn't really have much vacation time in 2018 either. So it has been almost 2 years since I've had a real, true, actual vacation. This was the week that I was supposed to go to Adepticon. My wife was going to come with. We were going to have a nice time, and I am really... I'm still very sad that I wasn't able to go to that, but as things have progressed, I'm really glad that my business is closed right now. I'm glad that we have stuff to do at home, and I'm glad that our society hasn't crumbled under the stress. I'm proud of my neighbors and my community and my city for stepping up the way that we have, because I know that this isn't easy, and I know it's only actually going to get harder. Over the past week, I have left my cell phone information up for people if they wanted to get a hold of me at the shop, just so we could touch base, make sure that everybody knows that their stuff is safe. We have halted production, and that we're safe and we're healthy, and we want them to stay healthy. And I've had a couple people ask if we were still working on appointment only stuff, and I am really not comfortable with doing that. I'm really not comfortable doing that for a while, actually. Unfortunately for me, it means that my business is not bringing in any income in this time, which is it's a very difficult landscape to navigate. Luckily, in this past week, the government has signed through the big stimulus package to help small families and small businesses out, and of course, big business too. The big businesses will be fine. Small businesses, this is the most I've ever seen them do for us. And families, I think they could have stepped it up a notch, but I am actually surprised that they did as much as they did, just because, again, I think our priorities in this country have been pretty messed up over the last 30 years. So, luckily for us, there is opportunities for us to get really low interest loans with debt forgiveness if we're paying our rent and keeping our employees on, which is something that I already said that we were doing, and we will do until literally we have no money. So that is really exciting for me, because it helps us help them. And will help us get back up on our feet soon. Like I said, this is a long game chess move but I think that all of us doing this will be really good in the grand scheme of things. So I feel really optimistic about our business in the future, getting back up. We got great clients. We've got a good, we've got a good crew right now, and we're a good team. So I think we'll be all right. I am nervous for our country right now because we now have over 100,000 verified cases, which is more than China ever announced that they had. It's more than Italy had. And we've had over 2,000 deaths nationwide of the coronavirus, COVID-19. That is truly scary. And I don't do well with death for being such a horror movie fan, heavy metal fan, comic books, like death is part of our pop culture right now, which may make us a little desensitized to the drama of it. But the older I get, the more precious people are to me, and these things, the loss of one life is too much. And we've had now, I think, 8 deaths in Missouri, 6 or 8, I can't remember. And that's too many. So today, Trump announced that he is extending the social distancing to the end of April, which I wish that they would just pull the Band-Aid off and be like, we need 2 months of this. We need, like, I wish that they would lay out a really good plan so we could all start building a budget and a time frame for our lives, because right now just in 2 weeks you're going to get back at it, this, that, I don't think that is very helpful. So I'm actually glad that they've extended the timeout, because we haven't seen the peak. The flattening of the curve hasn't actually flattened the curve near as much as we want. So I'm happy to keep on social distancing, and if we can get to a point where we're working by appointment only, say like the St. Louis region starts seeing a decrease in things, then we'll talk about it. I don't want to get this virus. It sounds awful, and I don't want to put any of my clients through it. I'm really uncomfortable with that. No amount of money is worth the loss of a human life, especially someone who I know, regardless if we're close or not. I couldn't ever ask that of you. So it's definitely weird, and it feels really hard right now. This is a hard decision, but also one of the easiest decisions I've ever made. So I think we are going to be fine sitting through the 30-day the 30-day stay-at-home order here in the St. Louis area, and into the future. We're all really committed on making sure that we all stay healthy. So that is the update of where we're at right now. Not a whole lot has changed. I finally have gotten to the swing of things. I am not as depressed on a day-to-day basis. I've stopped taking very long depression naps, which were a perfect way to start this off. But truly, from the bottom of my heart, if you are in a big city and you are not taking this seriously, I urge you to take this seriously. If you are in a small city that doesn't get a whole lot of crosstalk, I still urge you to take this more seriously. And actually, I urge you to take this just as seriously as New York would be, because what will happen in a small city is you guys won't prepare for it, and it'll be on top of you, and it will devastate you. This is a really scary time to be alive, And we all need to step up and do what's right for our society, for our neighbors, for our grandparents, for our children. And we need to hold our politicians and our government to their word that they're gonna keep us whole through this, because we have to do what's right for this country, and they have to do what's right for us. Yeah, that's it. Thank you again for joining me. I hope your life is going well. If you have any questions or comments or anything, please reach out. My next step is SBA loans. Start planning for the future. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Peace, love. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy.